Hi guys, I'm Courtney and I'm back to show you how to dice an onion. So today I have my knife and I have my freshly washed cutting board. I also have my onion. So in this video I'm going to show you how to properly cut an onion. First thing I'm going to do is hold it with 3 fingers with my knuckle. I'm going to cut off this end of the onion. I will now take this end and place it over here on the cutting board. Now I will place the onion face down, the flat side down, and I will cut it in half. You want to try and let the knife do all the work for you. I will now take this side of the onion and place it forward. I will take my knife with that same finger position and I will cut slices as close to the cork without cutting the cork. This one is a little untender. I'm going to turn it. I'm not going to turn it. I'm going to adjust my fingers and continue to cut. I am now going to turn this side towards the camera and I'm going to evenly as possible cut some slices into the onion the opposite direction. I will now squeeze the onion as tight as possible and I will come down, trying my best to let the knife do the work, and I will dice my onion. Then you don't have a lot of onion to waste. I will place that aside. And there is my diced onion. I will now show you how to make tomato concasse by placing my tomato into my boiling water. Over here is my ice bath. I will now place my tomato using my dip spoon into the boiling water. We're just going to leave that tomato in there for a few seconds, about a minute. We want to make sure that we give it some time for that skin to be ready to peel off. So I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to wait a little while, and it really just depends on the ripeness of your tomato. So we're going to wait a few seconds. I'm now going to take my dip spoon and I'm going to take my tomato out and I'm going to place it in my ice bath. We're going to just let that sit in there for a while. I'm going to place that on a towel. I'm going to move my boiling pot of water back, mainly because I have little fingers in my house, so I always want to make sure that things like that are not at the front of the kitchen. Now, I am going to place I've now cleaned and re-sanitized my knife, and I'm going to take my ice bath over here back to a fresh cutting board. I'm going to take my tomato out and place it on my new cutting board while I place that spoon on my clean towel. I'm going to remove the ice bath, and I'm going to take a paring knife and I'm going to slowly just peel back the skin. Again, you want to make sure that your tomato, it should peel right off, just like that. I am slowly peeling the rest of the tomato skin off the tomato. This part takes a little bit of time. I might have cut too deep that time, but I am slowly learning. Right, now that I've taken all the skin off the tomato, I'm going to take my towel and wipe my hands. I'm going to cut through this front of the tomato, and I'm just going to roughly chop the tomato I don't know if it's just me, but I find tomato to be one of the hardest things to cut. This always seems to be very slippery and not easy to grip onto. And that is my tomato concasse. I will now grab another cutting board. I try to use my orange and green for vegetables. And I will now show you how to chiffonade basil. So I have my basil leaves, and I'm going to place all of them together. And I'm just going to tightly roll them. Just roll them up. Roll, roll, roll. And in this motion, I'm going to take, sorry, grabbed the wrong knife. Going to take a small paring knife, and I'm just going to cut in along the basil, along the vertical lines, and there is my basil chiffonade. Now that